Hey, I'm Anfa, and I'm reporting a problem with Godot Engine. I have an engine crash. This is part of a bug report. And to reproduce it, I have prepared this game project. I'm going to start two instances, or maybe now first instance of the game. This is just running the newest version of the Godot Engine. And now there's a button to trigger the destruction of the player scene. So I'll host a one-player game, and you can see I can kill myself. There is a destroy player function called on player one by this is the get caller IPC ID, but this wasn't called by RPC, so it's 0, and it's about the player 1, which is server. And this is before freeing the scene and after freeing the scene. As you can see, there's a bunch of Vulkan rendering errors, but the game didn't crash. Now let's start another instance. And let me compile this into one screen. And now I will connect to the same game. So there are two peers playing now. And the client, I'm gonna kill himself. And you know what? See, the game engine immediately crashes. And we have a backtrace. And so it was like, we connected to the game, and we called destroy player on ourselves, and before the scene free call was called, we have this. So we did not reach the end. I'm going to show you the game engine code, the game code. So this is what the button does. It calls destroy player on the player ID, which is like the player that we're currently playing as. And the destroy player function looks like this. So we get the peer ID, and this is the print we saw before. We get the player node. This is the print we see before. The player node is freed, and this is the print after. And when the host called this on themselves, everything went swimmingly. They entered the spawn queue and were respawned afterwards. But when the client called this, the game crashed at this exact point. The engine crashed and produced a backtrace. We did not see this print ever. Right? We have before free, we have a crash, we have a backtrace, and that's it. And the server just keeps going. Of course, the player is already disconnected, so they're not going to respawn, but let's see what happens if I now kill myself at the server. Oh, now we crash as well. So it seems there's some problem when the game is networked, but what we're doing here, I wonder if it's going to be the same exact backtrace, by the way. Yeah, it seems to be the same thing. Let's see. Yep. It's like exactly the same backtrace. Okay, let's go back into the editor. So, calling this function when there is some client connected crashes the game, but only on freeing the node. So freeing the node causes the engine to crash if there are peers connected to the game. If there are no peers, it's fine. That is very weird. Yeah, so that's part of the bug report. Please let me know if we can supply with any more info about this bug. And it's gonna be difficult to like produce a minimal reproduction project. Like we can just send a link to a commit where you can clone the game and just run it and test it yourself. I don't know if it's gonna be possible to make it any easier. And the game project is a bit complex, and this bug shown up very unexpectedly. It's not like it's very clear what caused this. We've been trying to debug this for a good while and trying different things, nothing worked, and it seems to be some engine bug. And we really don't know for sure what triggers it, other than freeing a node that is being referenced by peers on the network, accessed, something like that. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching.